Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking back again. It's been 5 days. I've been out in the backyard tending to the perennial garden. That's a perennial amount of work. Anyway, it's all set for the spring. So I'm back to having fun. So we are going to work on project 2 of In Full Bloom. And so we've made this gorgeous page, two-page layout. Now we're going to work on this one. And this is like a spring green, so it's just right in line with where I am right now mentally. Okay, so I'm going to pop out. These are all project 2, as you can see, die cuts. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pop those out real quick. Got leaves and a splattered circle there and some pretty flowers that are there. They look like they've been lightly watercolored. So pretty. And then we've got a pretty butterfly here that looks like he's been watercolored too. Just love that look. Okay, let's get out the rest of this. Whoops. Okay, there's that, and then we've got a few more over here. Those are leaves, but they kind of look like feathers too. Okay, so unknown caller. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've got these pieces, and let me get the cut pieces. So this background, just let me show you. This is the other side of that background, which is really cool looking actually. My husband and I share a video room, and things get moved around is all I'll say. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it says to tear approximately 1/2 inch off. I think I'll do it like this. Okay, so when you tear on our cardstock, you want to tear towards you so you get a little of the white cardstock core showing. And you don't want to do a regular tear. You want to be a little, if you're tearing, you should be doing it a little bit irregularly. If you tore in the opposite direction, you wouldn't see it would look like this. Okay, I'm going to speed up things a little bit to get the show on the road here. And this whole page, just for your information, took me 51 minutes. So that's just kind of give you an idea of what kind of time it takes to put in. And I'm just checking here. This is a lagoon piece, a strip that was cut. And what we're going to do is take the stencil that came with the kit, and we're going to run it's kind of a film strip, the kind of sprockets that go on either side of a film strip. So we're going to make that look on the lagoon paper. And we're going to do that by just getting some of our texture paste. Now this doesn't have to be colored. We want it to stick out. So I'm going to use this. This is really handy stuff. I have to tell you, this is really handy stuff. I get it at a Staples or Office Depot, one of the office supply place, and super helpful with masking something like this. So I am just running it along there so I don't mess up below, And I am just kind of rubbing the paste onto the stencil. And you can see I'm making kind of the sprocket look for a film strip. So you don't need to have it thick here, so it should, dry fast. And before it dries, it's real easy to remove if you manage to get a little excess on there, which of course I did. So I'm just going to set that one aside to let it dry and do the next one. So I like this. I have to say, in a job that I had for 35 years, one of the things I did was make slides for doctors. And so it was the old time way of shooting with the camera, developing the film, and I developed the film and stuff. So this kind of goes back to a job description from a long time ago. So this little tool has come in handy with lifting things off, which I do way too much of, and I got some smudge on there and it took it off real easily. Like I said, if you do it before it dries, it's no problem to get rid of this paste if you put a little hunk where it's not supposed to be. So look at how cute that looks. Like I said, it takes me back into the Wayback Machine. So there's one more piece. I don't know whether I do it now or not. No telling what happened there. Went off and got something. Okay, so I am going to start doing the layout. So here are the background pages, and I've got the diagonal lines pointing in the same direction, but you could put them so that they do a quarter turn and they kind of point downwards. But that kind of gives me a headache. It's kind of too busy for me. So I've got mine pointing all in the same direction. And, I have to say, I didn't see a measurement on this round piece. And I will also give you a clue here, which I didn't do. So I'm going 1 inch over. I just don't know how much space to put it up and down. And so I'm going to start at the bottom and put my butterfly zip strip down. And that is, the top of the zip strip is at 1 inch from the bottom. And so I'm just kind of going from the bottom up to kind of get an idea of where to put the circle. So I'm going to put it right about there. And that way, and the other thing I'm checking here is how much space do I need to put the flowers and the leaves in place. So I'm kind of shooting for it. And what you want to do, you just want to keep the adhesive on the center area so that you can tuck the flowers and the leaves underneath that circle. And you want to have the circle, so I end up moving this circle, as you can imagine. That's what I do. I do and redo. You want to have the grid lines on the circle going parallel to the bottom, because you're going to actually use that circle and the grid pattern as a journaling area. So mine ended up being at a diagonal. So I would suggest, just kind of when you're putting your circle down, make sure that, see, I'm using my layout mat and I'm going 1 inch across for the top of the butterflies. And then I stack the ripped paper on top, and then I tuck the lagoon paper underneath. And I'm putting the lagoon from end to end is going to be about 3 3/4 inches from one end to the other. Or maybe it's 4 inches, let's see. I thought I put it at 3 3/4, but it kind of looks like, yeah, I'm trying to manipulate here. Got a lot of pieces with a lot of glue. Yeah, it's about 3 3/4 inches on either side. So this one is easy. They've got the measurements for it. The lower corner is at like 3 3. So very easy to put down. But this becomes a problem, and I need to kind of get it up. And this is where I had it kind of at the right angle for a grid, and then it went wonky. So let's see. Here I am. I'm going to tell you, you should put it about an inch over from the right-hand side, and that's about 2 inches down from the top. So, and that should give you enough room for your flowers and your leaves. But I did not see that. Now, maybe I overlooked it, but I did not see that measurement on the instructions. So I really, really like this, these embellishments. So you've got this film strip that has the squares are hearts and cut out hearts from the center of these little squares. So you want to save those hearts because you're going to use them for sure. So that little funny strip of paper goes behind the film strip, movie strip, whatever you want to call it. Looks like a film strip to me. So I'm using liquid glue so I don't get the Tombow adhesive all over it. So I'm just kind of, in that way I can kind of scooch it around a little bit to get it even. So makes those sprockets stick out, right? Here's my dog sneezing. And then there was also a pop out for the butterfly. And this butterfly, I mean, this is really, really beautiful. So I'm just kind of putting leaves around. Now, a lot of these things just go flat. I mean, they're going to get tucked under, and so you're not going to pop anything up. And I'm pulling some leaves out. So sometimes there's just single leaves and double leaves and some other funny little plant type things. But mostly the die cuts are going to go here. Now see that butterfly? That goes underneath the embellishment butterfly. And he ends up being really, really beautiful. And so I'm just kind of putting these around according to what the picture shows. So there we've got some pop-out leaves. And I'm looking and I'm looking and I don't, there it is. So that one darker flower is a sticker. And so I just want to kind of tuck the sticker underneath and make the leaf stick out more. And then these, it's a little butterfly going up there. Isn't it amazing how these are just so inky black that they just really pop against those light colors. It's really, really lovely. I do really like this paper. So there's another sticker. And then we've got a little branch of stuff. And this is a funny little branch too. And it's getting tucked under there. Everything just fits so nicely. It's so nice and balanced. And so I'm using the liquid Tombow to kind of scooch the leaves around. Now you may want to watch which way you put those leaves down and which side you put the glue on. So it doesn't really matter, but they have the leaves going in different directions, and it's because I put it in upside down. But you can't tell that it's upside down. There is, either way is fine. And then we've got a little sticker from the bottom. And we're going to have some light bulbs going across the top and hanging down. So I'm popping it up, and I just realized I didn't show this on the video. I didn't make a wire line going from the top of the circle to the bulbs. So you need to get out your jotting pen. I completely forgot about that. You've got to get your jotting pen out and connect the top of the circle down to, or the edge of the circle down to the bulb. Otherwise, they're just suspended in midair, right? Silly me. Of course, I'm popping up this butterfly because why wouldn't you? I mean, it is dimensional, so you wouldn't necessarily have to do it, but I like adding a little bit more dimension. And then I'm taking some of the stickum off that's going to stick over the picture and put down life in full bloom. So, and then just some little bits and pieces. There's a little globe that's going behind there. See my, now that I'm looking, the light bulbs look funny just suspended there. So this is also a sticker, this bunch of yellow flowers, and I'm putting my anti-static pouch on there to put some powder down, and then I'm going to pop it up with some thin foam tape and run it along there. That way, the picture gets to stick underneath those pieces. And then we tuck another leaf under there. There's a lot of activity on this page. Just a whole lot of activity. I'm going to pop that one up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So the only thing I'm missing are the lines to hold the bulbs up. I really wish I would read the instructions. I would suggest that you read the instructions. Don't do like I do. I always get myself in a little bit of trouble by having to pull stuff up because of not reading the instructions. But I like to follow by the picture, and what can you say? So we've got some nice backgrounds for the black backgrounds for the pictures. And there's like a 4x4 and a 2 3x4s and a 3x3. That's the size of the picture. Now the pieces, the frames for the pictures are, I think they're like 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So there's just a little bit of black that sticks out around the picture. So you're going to have, 4x4 pictures and 3x4 pictures. So you'll do some cropping on your pictures. And, if you're like me, there's usually something to crop out. Not everybody's that way. My friend Sylvia, not that way. Her pictures are edge to edge with very little cropping material. So there we go for the second page. And I'm going to pull out some more things. Now, this is another piece, this little avocado circle. They also suggest putting some of the sprocket design on the avocado. And so I'm going to put the sprocket over there. Just kind of scrape off the excess. And there we go. Just a little something, nothing huge, but just a little design element that carries over from one side of the page to the other, which is what you want to do. You want to, carry your designs so that it's continuous across your 2 pages. So, and of course the circles, that's another design element from the big circle on the left-hand side. So there's a lot of thinking that goes into these layouts that, may seem like no big deal, or, it's just because it looks good that way. But there's a lot of stuff that looks good because people know about design, and they know about balance, and they know about how to make things look random when actually when you're trying to make something random, it's very hard. It's very hard to not make it regular. I've tried to actively make things like stamping, make it random, but it's very hard to make it random. You end up kind of making it look real lined up. So let me just tell you, if you haven't subscribed to me before, please subscribe. And if you like the layouts and give me a thumbs up. Better yet, give me a comment, and I appreciate it. And you can always shop with me at dorothy.closetomyheart.com down at the bottom there. And this is project 2 for In Full Bloom. So I hope you like it. I think it's really lovely. And it'll look even better when I put those lines on there to hold the bulbs. So thanks for watching. Bye now.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.